Hey everybody, how's it going? We are here with the timeless reading. I had to restart the video. So far out we have 3 of Cups, we have 10 of Swords, we have the Lovers, and we have the Hermit here. What this is feeling like to me so far is that there was action that was happening. This looks like social interpersonal stuff, so it can be happening with you and one other person or you and other people. 3 of Cups is generally seen as a time where there's like happiness, where there's connecting. 10 of Swords can mean that because of this going on, because of you like reconnecting with somebody or feeling like you're in a better place with them now, or feeling like you guys are understanding one another at this point in time. 10 of Swords is feeling like it allows something to close out now, or allows something to be finished. So let's say that you were having some type of conflict with someone, and there were issues, and it kept sort of just it wasn't ending. There was like an open door to it. 3 of Cups can be like, okay, now I feel like we're actually seeing each other, we're spending time with one another, I feel like we're understanding one another, like we're friends again. Even if this is somebody that you date, it can be that feeling of like, okay, we're on the same team again with one another. And I feel like this 10 of Swords is that moment where all the stuff that has been going on that maybe needed to be put to an end finally closes out. So it's like that painful aspect of the cycle is over then, like things are good now. I'm seeing the Lovers over here, and so this is generally with you and somebody that you're close with. And the Hermit is feeling like in this moment right now where you are, you can be thinking about these things, you can be reviewing these things. So Hermit is indicating to me that you're not in this moment anymore. It feels like there was something that happened that would have been seen as like a relatively positive thing socially. It allows a cycle that needed to come to an end now to come to an end, but it could have been a lot of stuff that was going on, could have felt really difficult, challenging, could have felt painful, could have felt uncomfortable, could have felt upsetting. That door closing now. And then I'm just seeing sort of the dynamic that you have with this person, and it feels like a review. So I'm seeing us connecting here. I'm seeing us closing the door on that cycle. I'm glad that that stuff is over. It was a lot to be going through. It also frees up your mind mentally now that this is closing out. And then it feels like this, now I'm looking at the things that have sort of gone down between us, like that sort of thing. Learning from it. Maybe that's the point of the review, to understand. I get the sense that learning about the ways that you come together with this person when you're in a similar place to them, or a compatible place with them, because this 3 of Cups is feeling like being able to really see that person across from you, and see them as a human and be like, wow, we're not so different, are we? It's like that type of thing. Not that it's a negative thing to have differences with another person, but when it comes to feeling an incompatibility, there just being a continuous strife that's occurring, this is feeling like paying attention to seeing what you guys do have in common with one another, and when things are good, and also how you like come back together, or how you celebrate each other, how you understand each other, like that type of thing. And Page of Swords is feeling like observing those things, learning those things, paying attention to those things, because inevitably, like when there's conflict again, you're gonna know how to bring it back, and it can feel more like you have more of a grasp on how to do that if that time comes. Maybe to be able to speak on that as well. At this point, you can even feel like you're starting to understand your own feelings in a more advanced way than you had been before, or a more intricate way. Yes. Okay, so I'm seeing you be the Hermit here in this reading. What are you looking at? Ace of Cups, Eight of Pentacles. This feels like there is sort of a new chapter that's unfolding that's going to be more about connection for you, especially like emotional and social connection. This seems like, even though it's going to be part of what you've already been doing, at the same time this can feel like a new chapter to the book that you've already started with this person. So same book but new chapter. You could also be wanting to review this because maybe you're looking to understand what's going on. There can be answers that you're trying to figure out. I feel like there's an observation about something that's now concluded, and spending your time finding answers about that specific thing. So if something was not feeling great between you and another person, it feels like now that things are all right with you and this person, and I am definitely getting a making up type of energy. Things feeling good, communicating about feelings, like now we're in this together, trying to figure things out. This is going to be a new chapter for us. Now that that thing is over, we've like closed the door on it, you know? So this feels like both in a relationship way of understanding the two of you as a unit together. That's one thing that's happening, but another thing is like on an individual level, your understanding of the inner workings of what's been happening between you and this person. Like now that things are all right, it's a time to actually review what had been happening, because you know when things are happening, it's like you have to figure it out and you have to be present to this. This feels like you're able to review it now, to be like, why did things get like that? Why was that going on? Sort of reveling in your feelings about this, taking time to process, also taking time to recover from whatever that was. That's now, the door is being shut on that. So it's like, what do you need to do for yourself after going through a cycle that would have felt fairly hectic, especially mentally and emotionally? Could have felt like a lot. And so Hermit can be like, now that this has sort of run its course, or the more challenging chapter has run its course, I'm able to sit back and think about these things. I may want to spend some time on my own. I may want to spend some time grounding, do what I need to do to sort of recover from everything that I just went through, you know, because it took a lot of energy. You gave a lot of energy to it. So now there's going to be a restoring of that. And it feels too like a time where you can actually do that, because things are good. Things are good with you guys, I'm seeing now. It's like you're talking again, maybe communicating differently. There's definitely sharing of feelings here where it's like safe to do that now. Because before, you know, when you're not in a great place with someone, it can be difficult to have the communication just flowing, or like things really coming from the heart, people being vulnerable, things like that. This is feeling like now you're in a place where that's actually happening, so you can take this new information that you're getting and be like, oh, like that's why that happened, and that's where they were when they were thinking about that, and what led them on that train of thought, you know? So understanding this other person as it relates to you and your relationship, and then also to understanding yourself and recovering sort of what you need to recover here in order to continue working on this thing that you've been working on. The storm is over. Definitely what this feels like. I'm seeing Gemini, I'm hearing Cancer, I'm hearing Taurus, I'm also seeing Virgo here. Are most of you in a relationship with this person? A relationship of sorts? There could have been some big changes that needed to happen that are potentially in the process of happening too. learning from the times that you guys make up and get together or smooth things out or are understanding each other are just as important as learning from the times when things feel the opposite. So it's not only learning from like what is the problem as far as like not liking certain things or stuff falling apart or you being in a different place than another person. It feels like this is also about understanding. It's not just the falling apart that you're understanding, but also the coming back together, like that, like the ebb and the flow. But rather than just focusing on one side, focusing on like everything, like as a whole. And you can also be like talking to this person and understanding too feelings about what had happened, you know, like that was painful for me, or I had a really hard time with this. Or I don't want to repeat that again. Like, how do we make sure that doesn't happen? Can be those things. And this does feel like just the recovery in general of your relationship, as well as on an individual level. And to start this new chapter, open this new chapter with this person of the book that you've already begun with them. This looks like somebody that you have a lot of history with. You've been through a lot of stuff with them. I'm hearing the word neglect come through. There could have been something that was going on that really had to be checked, is what this seems like, to make sure that things stay on track and to make sure that you guys are both like manifesting the type of relationship that you actually want with one another. You know, maybe something about like illusions came through, maybe something about codependency came through, anything that could have been dysregulated in some way, that stuff could have come through. Utilizing the relationship or each other in a way that is not maybe a way that you would actually want to, but could have been something that became skewed for that reason, you know? Things like that. It feels like you guys are both now at this point like, okay, this is the path, like both of us want to be here, we have a better idea of what we're doing, found common ground, like that sort of thing, and so things will now continue. So feels more like a check-in than anything. I do get the feeling too that you guys are, this is a chapter where you're going to feel close with one another, and if there are any ways that you want to feel closer or you want more intimacy, this chapter, those things will be happening. This is a kind of chapter that there's the potential for that if that's what you are willing to participate in. So if that's what you're looking for, it's a great time to be able to like get closer or to connect or reconnect. Or feel like a sense of renewal emotionally with this person, like that sort of thing. So it really will feel like the slate to a degree is wiped clean in that way. Okay? All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I'd like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.